On our last episode of Onboard Lifestyle, the crew prepared Basic for the Panama Canal transit. The captain scrubbed the bottom, while my mom pre-made meals for the extended crew. With the 2 line handlers and our transit advisor on board, Basic powers towards the first set of locks as the sun starts to rise. Let's pick up our story here, as this 6-person crew has a big day ahead of us.
Solo un rayo del sol cambia el tiempo en el reloj. Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón. Pago por el show. Me siento feliz porque si no soy yo, pues quién. Todos caen a mi lado. El freno lo arranqué. Me siento feliz porque yo no dudo mi power. Te burlaste de mí, se acabó. Trata de festejar, celebramos el viernes.
Okay, so change of plans. We thought that he said okay. Change of plans. We were originally going to be going behind one of these big containers and be a center tie, but now we're going to be hooked up to a tug, so that should be interesting. Got some horsepower behind us now, yeah, for sure.
Good news.
They were not kidding when it doesn't really take that much time to get through the locks. It's more of a waiting, yeah, and trying to jockey boats around. It's just kind of interesting because we do a lot of waiting around, which is kind of actually harder than you think, to just kind of hang out and not move.
Yeah, you have to like drift there. So
Teal has been working extra hard. I think it's kind of stressful for him because we're just kind of twisting in these. We're not even in the locks yet, so yeah, we're almost to the first one, the Miraflores, and that is apparently the largest lock. So yeah, we're just waiting. We'll see. Hopefully, I think we're now 2 hours in and we still don't know exactly what's going on. But I know we're going through.
The one thing we know. The Panama Canal is an artificial waterway in Panama that connects the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean and is a key conduit for international maritime trade. The Panama Canal locks opened in 1914 with a system of 6 chambers that lift ships 85 feet from one ocean, then back down to the other.
So that's Alex. He's our head line handler, and they're going to handle it because we're only going to be tying up to one side because of the tug. So less stressful, apparently.
Because of the large Pacific tidal range, the Miraflores gates are the tallest gates in the canal system. Standing 82 feet tall and weighing 662 tons, these 111-year-old 7-foot thick gates are so well balanced that they were originally engineered to operate with just two 25-horsepower electric motors.
So this was an interesting situation to navigate. Our first 3 locks Basic was sharing with a 600-foot bulk carrier and side-tied to its escort tug. The transition order from one lock to the next was the bulk carrier exits first, while Basic slips the lines and falls back. The prop wash was impressive as we had to hold steady feet from the gate to give room for the tug to exit. Once clear, we would follow and reset in the next locks.
This is one lock, but I had to split it into 2, and they told us it was because when they were building it, apparently there's a tremor, or could be, maybe it's on like a platelet or something. Anyways, so they had to split the lock into 2, and then now we're going to be heading to the next locks, which is, what is it called? Something Miguel?
Oh, Pedro Miguel.
Pedro Miguel. See, I have my encyclopedia right here. So I don't even have to think about it, but it's very cool, and we're sadly saying goodbye to the Pacific Ocean. What lake are we entering now, Teal?
I don't know, hang on. I'm kind of being swirled around here by the prop wash thing.
So much hustle and bustle, huh, Emma?
All right. Lots of activity.
I think we should race this container ship.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a great idea.
Kind of weird that you can see the top with that. We are now heading towards the second lock, or third. The other ones, it seems like it's just one, but it is split in 2, so you're right. So this is the third one, and so far so good. Everything has been smooth sailing, so to speak, and the sun's out. That's even better. It's kind of cold this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cold. I'm wearing a sweater right now, but I'm getting a little warm again.
Yeah, now that the sun is out, we can kind of dry everything off and enjoy. I'm cooking some breakfast right now, so it should be ready not too long. Yeah, it'll be done shortly.
Sí, eso es lo que va, porque como el barco está pesado.
Emma, if it's getting low, throw a couple more in.
Eat up, stay healthy. So we have a change of plans. Now we're going to be tying up to the tug on our port side versus the starboard side. Emma likes that because it evens out everything, huh?
Yeah, I gotta make things.
Has to be
Perfect.
just so.
Yes.
You're nothing like your dad.
Nothing at all. We're complete opposites.
It's quite interesting. There's so much activity and jockeying around, and they have all these specific, I don't know how to say it. Well, horns and honks, and so then, like what our advisor said, it allows them to be able to communicate without having any miscommunication or anything like that. So it's like a couple honks means, you know, whatever it is. One means stop, another one means go to the right, go to the left, reverse. So it's really interesting. He says that they never have any types, he says at most times, he goes, they just don't argue. There's no hotheads or anything like that. He says it just runs really nice and smooth. So pretty cool. Baked ziti. Nothing else to do but wait, right?
Throughout this entire transit, Basik's twin diesel engines will be running, and the captain does not leave his post. Our canal advisor roams the decks, giving instruction to the helm station and line handlers, and is in constant communication with the canal authorities, coordinating our next action.
Forward to the wall, to that side. More.
At this point of our canal transit, Basic is at the highest altitude and has only covered 8.6 nautical miles of our 51.2 nautical mile day. This is the point where we have to walk the fine line of pushing our engines without overheating them. It's 27.3 nautical miles to the Gatun locks, and we must keep pace or risk having to spend the night at anchor with our temporary crew.
Looks like the advisor's a little hungry.
I think we're all a little hungry.
Always, right?
Always.
Extra cheese always makes it.
Delicious.
The weather forecast for our transit was to be a 5 to 10 knot northern wind, building to 15 to 25 knots in the afternoon. So far, the wind has not been a factor, as Basic could easily cut the water at 6 knots. This leg will span just over 5 hours, and as we cross Lake Gatun, the winds were building right on our nose as our speed over ground slowed to 4.5 knots. Our advisor pushed us to maintain speed, as Basic was slotted to share the last 3 locks with a 600-foot cruise ship that just passed us, making 12 knots, with still 15 nautical miles to go.
Over the last 2 hours, we powered across Lake Gatun. Basic's twin Yanmars got a bit of a workout, pushing the RPMs higher than we ever have. The advisor had radioed ahead, and the canal authorities were going to hold up the cruise ship until we had arrived. So, the pressure was on to get there as fast as possible.
The canal authorities held the cruise ship back to allow Basic to sneak in front of them. And I'm glad they did, because we'll be center tied in the lock, and the prop wash could twist and turn us as we try to hold station. The only force now to contend with is the building north wind.
The canal crew tossed us heaving lines for us to quickly secure to our rented mooring ropes. These lines will be connected throughout the duration of the 3 chambers, as the canal workers will walk them from lock to lock.
Okay, you got that?
Okay, we are in the first. What was that?
We gotta let these out as we go down.
Okay.
Go slowly.
Okay.
Too much on one side because it goes that way or this way.
Okay. All right, so we are in the first of 3 locks, and this is different because we're not going to be rising. We're going to be dropping to the Atlantic sea level. So one of the things that we have to do is everybody has to be on point with these lines, and as the water is being let out, we have to let out the lines as well. So nerve-wracking, because he says it does tend to twist, but we have to ensure that it's all the same pressure as we let it out. So there's 4 points. Emma and I are at the bow, and then our line handlers are in the aft. And so, yeah, but we're ready. Atlantic. Emma?
It's kind of fun actually. I'm getting kind of used to this line handling thing.
You see a future in line handling?
No. But it's fun.
This is pretty amazing. We've been up since 3 this morning, and it is about 3 in the afternoon. So we didn't do too shabby, even with the headwind, very stiff headwind. For most of the time we were in the lake, that was slowing us down a little bit, but we made it.
As the last gate opened, it was like a horse race. We had to get out of the slot before the cruise ship exits. At the same time, the larger locks to starboard were letting out as well. Bahia Limon is very shallow with a defined dredge channel. Basik had to hold to starboard, which felt a bit crowded as these monstrous ships exited the canal.
Okay, take care.
Hey, film now.
Remember, call channel 12. Crystal signal.
I hold speed?
Yes. I tell you when to release speed. ¿Tiene velocidad o qué? ¿Tiene velocidad? Okay.
As soon as the advisor left, we cut across the channel on a rum line for Shelter Bay Marina. That is where we will meet our agent to drop off the line handlers and all of our rented gear.
And that, guys, is the man right there.
Yeah.
This is Roger. He was our
Mr.
agent,
Royer.
and he made our transit so seamless and so enjoyable. So,
Okay.
if you guys are thinking about going through the canal, I got his number.
Okay.
His crew,
Emma,
Number one.
Emma,
they're trying to recruit Emma as a line handler.
Highlander.
All right, crew, we are officially on the Atlantic side.
What a day. So we transited in exactly 13 hours.
That's not bad.
It was good timing.
Yeah, not bad at all. And just in time, the rain just started.
Compass.
So it's not fancy, but
But it's cold
it's
and bubbly.
icy cold. It's bubbly. We like Prosecco. And I think Emma is going to have a little taste.
After all that line handling skills today,
She did so good. Emma, I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
what a fun place we're in too.
I know. There's
This
a lot
is-
of activity here. Lots of cruisers.
No, we're up front.
Here we go. You guys ready? Whoop whoop. Okay, let's get this cheers going. Ladies,
All right, guys. Cheers.
to new
adventures.
adventures. There we go. Mm,
Yeah.
it's champagne time.
Well deserved, guys.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Oh,
This
feels
is nice
good.
and light.
It is. What do you think?
Delicious.
Oh, don't get used to it.
Oh, okay.
This was an epic day for the crew of Basic, with memories that will last a lifetime. We would like to say thanks to our amazing patrons, whose generous support drives the production of our videos. Join our crew if you can. With this huge milestone moment behind us, it's time to look forward to the next. But we need to get a new dinghy first, so come back next week to see if this crew can finally resolve our dilemma. See you then!